I am hungry.
Sorry about the
So-
spectrum screen up. If anybody could tell, it was internet connectivity problems.
That'll happen.
We're still waiting on Elon Musk. Help us out, oh great.
Oh, well, when the stream came back on, instead of the map being up, Ocala was up with the speed test website.
Nice.
Because I had it up going, what the heck's going on with my internet?
Everyone knows how fast you're running shit. That's nice.
Fair enough.
So now we're going to roll a d4 to see who leads off this round because we were meant to begin another round.
Yeah, we are going to be rolling a d4 to see who is starting us off to give us our new initiatives.
Shit.
Ah!
I would go first. Go on, Crib.
Let's see what John gets. John's like, I refuse to roll.
Yeah, is this the D12?
D4.
No, no.
Oh,
D4,
D4.
D4.
Thank God.
D12,
1.
sir.
Roll a 1 or a 0. Roll a 0. I want to roll a 0.
All right, so the order is looking like it is going to be Son of Pookie. Then it's going to be me. Then it's going to be John, and then it's going to be Corinth.
Okay.
Pookie, I choose you. He's like, shit, there's so much going on.
Okay, so this is round, what, 4? Round 4.
This is round 4.
Four.
Next week,
We're
we'll have
at
our
the end
fifth
of this
in our
round.
Cataclysmic event.
At the end of this round, if we can finish this round before the episode ends, we will be able to roll our catastrophe event.
No, we're doing 5 rounds.
5?
No,
Oh,
5 rounds.
okay.
5 rounds.
Don't be trying to blow my fucking world up.
Hey, man,
already, dude.
on the doc I have, it says every 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't edit that out yet. We didn't edit that out yet. You're all right though. You aren't wrong. That is what the doc says. Okay, so the race that from our starting event way back when at the beginning of this, we get a race at the top of every round, and we kind of discussed we want kind of an angelic race that went over to a plane of law. Standard D&D would say Mechanist. We may create our own plane of law. It is our own sort of creation here. We'll see what comes of that. But that plane of law has influenced these angelic divine peoples into being exceptionally lawful and exceptionally neutral, almost very time oriented, to the point where they're playing with magics that influence time. And for the racial name, we have landed on Chronix. Chronix?
Chronix. Yeah, Chronix.
Chronix.
Not the chronic. That's totally something different.
You would know a lot about that.
Although it
wouldn't
can
you?
also slow down time.
They can't slow down time. A lot.
Or make it go by very fast. It all depends.
And,
What do you mean I'm on the couch for 4 hours? What's going on?
Given their focus and all that, hey Corinth, why don't you tell us where they go on the world?
Oh, shit. All right. Well, we haven't really had anything in this upper right chain, so I want them right about here. Upper right.
Upper right.
What's there on the original map that we have there, Steve?
There's nothing up there. It's kind of the black
Black
dust
Ice-
deserts and,
Black Dust Desert.
and grasslands.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that black glass desert?
Yeah, Black Dust Desert, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead
that'll
and
be
drop
dope.
a marker there, Corinth.
Yeah, I should do that. Sorry, that's my bad. Oh, do. Oh, yeah, that's my bad.
Aren't the I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with D&D lingo, but somebody in the Twitch said aren't the Marut LN and time
Alright.
and time oriented in D&D? Is something in the Twitch chat? I don't know who the Marut.
The Marut, they're the inevitables.
Maruts are inevitables.
which are from Mechanist actually.
Okay, so that's somebody from Twitch
Yep.
asking if the
That's
Maroon
some
is
good
Tom
D&D
Morrison.
knowledge. I'm proud of whoever dropped that. That's good shit right there.
That is good. Very, very focused.
Dishala
knowledge.
Unbound.
Hold on.
Dichala Unbound?
That sounds like a Jason. Is that a Jason?
That probably is.
That sounds like Jason. Shout out to Sensei. So,
And with Logic's filling
Okay.
your mic today. Corinth.
is my mic doing all right? Or is it doing terrible again?
Yeah, doing better. Yeah.
Good deal.
And yes, it is Jason.
Yep, good deal. Yep, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we are back in creation. Top of round 4, and that's going to bring us to Son of Pookie. If you want to start us off with some race, order, or avatar creation.
Yeah, I'm gonna create a race. This is a forest up
Ooh.
here, right? A giant forest.
To the left of the
Actually,
Chronics.
Look at where you. Yeah, that is a giant forest.
Okay, well, in this forest are going to be the first creatures that we've had from the Fae. The race of the Lachey are going to appear in this forest.
The elves above all elves. The perfect elves.
Had we had
Okay.
determined a name for the world itself?
We have not yet.
Nope.
We will leave that to
Dragon
something
World.
later.
Chaos.
Oh, there's so many different things we could go with that. Honestly, I think it'll probably depend on the 4th to 5th age, because those will be the survivors. They'll be the ones who are like, this is what we're calling the realm.
Dragonia.
Dragonia is kind of cool.
The battlefield of the Elder Dragon Death.
Don't make this shit like 45 different words, like, and you will know us by the Trail of the Dead, like, or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
The Night of the Son of the Life of the Dead of the.
Oh boy.
All right, Steve.
I'm looking at all of the great options here, and
The Twitch
I'm gonna
posited.
create an avatar for the Lachey.
Something very elven.
Where are the Lachey on the map again?
And the did we mark it? Yeah, we marked it. Right in the middle of that forest over there, east of the northeast of the Salmon starting area.
Oh, the one that was just created.
Yes.
It's going to be a female Lachey, Aereon, Aerreon.
Okay.
And she is going to be the Speaker of the Fey Courts.
She's the High Queen.
She is the conduit that continues to keep the Lachey connected back to their Feywild connections. John.
Sounds like
I thought I was later on. I rolled a 2.
No, it's you. You're number 3, and then I'm number 4.
You're all horrible people. Okay, so I'm gonna go with I'm gonna create an avatar. And I'm gonna create an avatar for the Chronics. And that avatar is going to be named Tempo, and her whole idea is to bring a collection of order to the Agents of Chaos. So she's trying to like figure out who the Agents of Chaos on this realm are.
Okay. And that takes us out of the creation round here. And
Negative.
Right over into
Negative, it does not.
I'm skipping you. I don't like you anymore. All right, Corinth. I'm sorry. I
This is why I was
absolutely,
last.
I absolutely wanted to skip you. Yeah. It's the worst spot to be in the initiative order. The DM forgets about you, especially when you're not interesting.
That's right. And
You just don't bring anything to the table.
Nothing.
You know,
All right.
nothing.
Avatar. Coatl
At all. Oh,
Maltheus. Maltheas.
If you want them.
He is from the judges, and he has deemed that this world is unworthy of the Coatl's existence. And he is very, very angered by the seething chaos of this realm. So he's going to do something about it.
One man with a gun.
Big gun.
So what I'm hearing is lawful good with 1 foot firmly set into lawful evil.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds more like lawful neutral to me.
Okay, so what I was trying to say before I almost skipped Corinth, we're done with the creation phase, and we're going over to the command phase. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. All right. Pookie. Your command phase, buddy.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm thinking.
It happens to the best of us. There's so many options actually on the table now that it's like, ooh.
What thinking happens to the best
now,
of us?
Now, do remember, the ideas that don't get to get played out here will get to explore further in Microscope.
Yeah, the metal gnomes, they're going to form an army, because under city, you can form an army. They're going to form an army on their island. Taking inspiration from combining with the Mamen or Makamen, they're going to take some of the local wildlife and turn them into metal versions. So, I don't know, stuff in the sea, I guess, is the only thing around them.
Yeah, I was thinking actually most of the stuff on land's already living metal, but
yeah, so they're going to make an army out of metal sea creatures.
Did the metal gnomes actually have a city?
Yes. Well, I mean they all have the same. They all have
no. They have cities, but I mean a city, like a big.
Well, I thought whenever we created a race, it automatically had it like a big city.
Okay,
that was my understanding.
Well, it just has a city.
Yeah, it has a city. It has a collective people where there's a large populace and the basic necessities of all civilization can be found.
Okay.
Are you saying you don't want
to enhance their city?
No, I'm good with that. No, I was just curious. You're good with your command. I had a different thought that I was trying to follow down, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they didn't create a city yet, though. I don't think.
Not like a second city. Not like a separate thing.
Yeah, so they're gonna do. They're gonna create. They're gonna create like a. They're gonna combine their metal with the wildlife. So I guess with whatever oceans wildlife they find around the island. Whatever that is.
The metal infection will spread. There's a kaiju's going to be like, oh, look at that shrimp. Oh, no. Giant metal kaiju. See, he's trying to figure out what the hell he's going to do.
There's so many things going on, so many options. Man, I really don't like. There's so many options. It's hard to pick something here.
Might have to just rock paper scissors that shit.
Yeah, I know. It's.
I mean, I had an idea. If you want to take my other idea.
What's your other idea?
The Lachey developed Fey magic as a technology, so they use the power of that avatar. Well, she could do it on her turn too, I guess, but she used it to develop magic, like real magic.
I like this idea that you're going with the metal gnomes. That's where I want to play with. I think they're understanding that their living metal island can infect other beings. They're going to create a wonder. And I think that they're going to look to expand. So they're literally going to come up with a way to launch like giant globs of living metal to begin
Right.
terraforming.
Yeah.
Especially after they started experimenting with their metal animal army.
So they create the world engine.
Yeah.
Like from Batman versus Superman. It's a good idea.
John's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
No, I've been having issues with the OBS freezing the 4 images, even though Discord was supplying them perfectly fine. And so I had to figure out how to fix that, and now we're good again. For some reason, also, Son of Pookie was the only one that didn't freeze.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like,
Strange.
you know, when reasons don't make sense anymore.
And Steve's gone with his camera again.
I hate all of you.
Brought to you by Microsoft. High quality cameras. All right, John, what you doing?
Okay,
It made the shutter noise again, and then it went out. So I'm going to restart the camera. But John, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So my idea, sitting here is, I want to, I can't create command city to create an order, right? No. Let's see.
No. You
Creation of armies. Command race. Command order. Do the pure blood macaws have any orders?
No.
Okay. Well, never mind on the entire idea I set up because I didn't read the dang instructions right.
Well, actually, no, because they've created a city now, so you could create an order with that city.
Didn't they have an order though that was trying to map the stars way back?
Oh yeah, they had stargazers, didn't they?
Yeah, so wouldn't that
Something like that.
wouldn't that fall
No,
on their island?
the purebloods would still have the stargazers. You're right.
Yeah. Yes. So John, the answer is yes. They do have an order.
Is there any way anyone can think of a way to line that up with this is the motivation I have for them is the idea that diplomacy fucked them because metal gnomes infected them. And non-diplomacy fucked them because the slod infection fucked them. So at this point in time, they don't want interaction. They're like isolationists, but they also want to know what the hell is out there. So I'm trying to think. So you said Command City. Can Command City be used to?
You create a wonder, some kind of like giant scrying tool.
But we have that issue with the planet where scrying is harder to accomplish.
It's difficult, but they could possibly do something with the actual stars to cause it to scry.
Yeah, like they found a way to get
That's their
through.
focus.
Okay, then let's go ahead and say that they build this wonder, and maybe they use part of resources they find in that nearby crystal to aid them in that process, or something to that effect.
Hey, John, what if it's just? Do they have an avatar?
They don't.
Don't need one.
I can.
What if it was? What if it was a single object, like something that one person controls? So because they are so isolationist now, that he wants to make sure that whatever power he gets from this thing isn't shared against the rest of his people too, so none of them can make a mistake. So
Yeah, like nobody can get talked into giving up the power.
Right. It just turned one of them, whoever this leader is, whoever created this wonder, it turns him into a bit of like a megalomaniac. So he's doing it for the good of his people, but he's also, it's not a good thing for him
Those
to have
fucking Maycons are terrible.
So even though he thinks he's right, he's wrong. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking almost like a magic mirror thing, maybe, or like you know what I'm saying? So it's not a big thing, but it's like
They're actually right next to the island that is the crystal eye. Maybe they took a crystal from the island as a scrying tool.
they took a piece of that crystal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
That's what I was thinking. Is that they took some
And he
small
makes like
aspect
a
of that.
single, like a single mirror out of it.
How
or
about
like
a
single-
how about a glass eyeball?
like a yeah, dude, like a not all wood.
I don't know if it'd be something you'd put inside. Maybe
What if it's like a floating sphere, not an eyeball, but like
Yeah.
a sphere?
A sphere, and the reason that it can break through the scrying block is it's still channeling the raw divine energy of the divine entity that formed at the creation of the world. We really haven't touched on him since he woke up and kind of created all the tidal waves and the races coming here.
I know it goes outside the order, but I think that if you create that wonder, we could get a free avatar out of it, where this guy who controls that orb or that sphere
We could do that with the resolution.
with the resolution, we can make him into an avatar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that would be cool.
okay. So
That's
so
a
they
good call.
they construct a wonder, but in doing so, it is an object,
It's almost an artifact instead of
like an
wonder.
artifact. Yeah, and
It's an artifact, yeah.
We're gonna say that all of the people that were involved in the harvesting of said magical artifact, besides this guy, are no longer with us.
Yes, he has him killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm totally down with it, dude.
That
Yeah.
that could make an interesting microscope / follow in the future.
Or you know what, dude? He doesn't have him killed. He finds a way to like wipe them, so they don't remember it. Maybe using the orb itself, because it has divination magic, right? So there's spells like detect thoughts, modify memory. So
Yeah.
he doesn't kill them. He does something worse. He takes away things from them, so they won't remember.
Because
it.
he thinks killing is bad, but he thinks, well, if they
Killing's
didn't
bad.
know in the
He
first
doesn't want to hurt his
place,
own people.
then
He's got to protect them.
yeah. So
But he's
so
taking-
taking the
yeah.
memory protects them really, and that's the
Right,
way he
so he's
kind of
taking-
lies to himself.
Yeah, he's taking steps to become more evil. At first he's trying to do the right thing, but it's still just as bad, if not worse. You know.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
still
guys,
a,
I'm back.
a take
that?
of somebody's will.
Yeah, because he's going to find it easier later. Now I can take their memories. Now I can make them do whatever I want. You know.
I like that. It could be really interesting. All right, Corinth.
All right, so Command City, the Coatl town, is going to create what
Just the lens
Malpheus
from the eye.
dubs. He dubs it the disc of judgment. It's going to be very high in the sky, and it's going to actually absorb the energy of both of these suns coming upon it, and it's going to become a weaponized, almost kind of like a Archimedes death ray, but like on steroids.
Okay.
So that's what
And
he's
which
got going
which
on.
spot was this?
Right, it's over the Malpheus. It's over the Coatl main city.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. That brings us over to the conquest phase. Sonapuki.
Yeah, the Mel Gnomes are going to create another army, but this time they're going to create an army made out of concentrated versions of that star metal. So, like, they go down to the deepest part of their island and find, like, where the original meteor crashed, I guess, or plummeted, and that's where they take the star metal from. And that's how they build, like, this army is built out of that metal specifically.
It's like actual constructs.
Yeah.
Nice. Bunch of fucking T-1000s rolling around,
It's liquid metal that creates knives and stabbing weapons.
stabbing weapons.
I think the Coatl are going to form another army.
Good call. I was going to totally do that.
Wait, we can form armies in this phase.
Yeah, during Conquest,
Yep.
yes. That's
Dude.
also that's number 4 on Conquest. You can have 2 different phases. You can form armies, just in case.
John.
Yeah. I was gonna have a claim thing happen.
Sure.
I have to keep remembering that it goes over to the next page, and not down. I'm gonna have the pure blood macaw make an army. again, they're it's like post war, you know, genocided people. They're going to be very
A defensive army.
very defensive.
Yeah, you should make them like based on using the divination magic. So like all their like their tactics and everything should be based on that. Like trying to figure out what people are doing before they do it.
And like artillery strikes and things
Artillery.
like that.
I'm thinking maybe even like a specialist order that does like
Shock.
that uses like combat telepathy. So like they fight by seeing what someone's gonna do before they do it. That's literally like how they fight.
Gotcha. So they think that you may have bad intent, and therefore it gives them the pass to check and see what your intent is.
And
Yeah, I see that. Dishala Unbound. I took that away. I had a McAfee banner up for I don't even know how long because it popped up on the laptop where I'm pulling the cam from.
All right.
It's Avatar. Avatar phase, right?
No, yeah, we're still in the
no,
quest.
not
It'll be
yet.
events.
Oh, that's con.
Malthius is going to send one of his Coatl armies towards the Lachey, not to directly attack them as like a show of force.
It's pretty far away. Yeah.
It is far away. He wants to show his reach. And also he wants to get more intel on that freaking Feywild.
Okay. And that brings us to the events phase. Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure why y'all literally let the worst note keeper take notes.
Because you're the best note keeper.
Because you volunteered, so that makes you the best.
Okay. Son of Pookie. Events. What do you got for us?
A nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
The Coatl are gonna they're gonna blast that forest before that army even gets there. So it's not a show of force; it's a blitzkrieg. So they're gonna go ahead and use their ray of death to blast Lachey. Before the army even arrives.
Okay.
Welcome to the plane. I'm just like, I'm a fire my lasers.
I'm gonna.
You like Law 2?
riff-
Here's a curveball.
I'm gonna riff off of that. The Coatl, having maybe only done some minor test runs of the Disc of Judgment, aren't aware of how powerful that death ray actually is going to be, and in shooting into the forest and obliterating a healthy portion of that forest, also create a earthquake, which knocks all of the diamond dust, sand dust, the black dust that's in those deserts to the north of it into the sky, literally blanketing the entire northern half of the world in black dust.
The Chronics are not amused, by the way. They're like, what is this? What is this shit?
And man, everybody's gonna be like, ah, fuck us.
You used my toy. I was going to tell you use it on someone else.
John.
I had an event in mind, again along the idea of the macaw way, but now I'm just gonna add on to your event here. And what I'm gonna say is that when all of this ash hit the sky, the Salman scientists determined that the ash and all the materials that were floating in the sky were toxic to the Salman people, and that they were all going to perish rather quickly unless they went deep, deep into the water and stayed. So they're backing out of any kind of prominence on the world stage in order to maintain their survival.
How about you just have them all go to the wall, dude? It's far enough south.
Yeah, they could all they like transplant their society
Yeah, to the wall.
Mhm.
to the south center area
tailgates.
around that. Yeah, around the area where that cold steel and the tailgates and stuff is. Yeah, that worked too. Much better. See, more than one person in the room.
Corinth.
Honestly, I was going to blast the living shit out of the corrupted Maycause like I hate you people and you all need to die, but chaotic shade works for me too. I think this because that black dust is like mildly like necrotic, right? That's kind
Yeah.
of like how we viewed it.
Yes.
Um,
We never really said what it was, but I would be down with necrotic.
All right. I
with
think,
the
what if
charge from
what
the
if it's-
Disc of Judgment, it now is necrotic.
What
okay,
if
I'm good with it.
Yeah, not
So-
necrotic, but negative. Like
Negative. Well,
negative
I
energy.
like- so that negative, all that dust is going to settle upon like basically, what did we name? Not Unity. Weave. Weave is going to basically start harnessing it, all that energy, and pulling it into itself, because it already has so much negative energy because of the ooze that was basically killed and reborn previously, and from bathing in that in the dragon tears. So, I mean, we're looking at like full on demigod at this point with that guy, possibly. But yeah, he's gonna use it. He's gonna use it to power himself up.
Okay. All of the events are circled around Death Ray.
Yeah, I'm proud of that, by the way. Like, you're like, you should make the koala do something. All right, bitch, I'll make him do something.
You can't
So,
you can't make a Death Star and especially not to use it during the event phase.
Exactly. You're like, is that
What?
it?
As soon as you
was
said
so
it, I knew
crazy.
exactly what I was gonna do. Like I'm blasting somebody, dude.
All right, so
All right, so
we're
resolution.
gonna...
No, Avatar.
No. We're in avatars.
Yep.
So the first person up is going to be Ezra's, the mutated macaw of the Slod.
That'd be
And that's
Joey with
going
the
to
D12.
be Pookie with
Sorry.
the D12.
Doxing everybody all day.
What is six?
Former alliance, hinder another avatar, capture an avatar, or kill an avatar.
Ezra's forms an alliance with the divination, with the pure macaw, in an effort to convince them that because they are so pure that they're the ones who should be running this world alongside them. So he offers himself as a surrogate or as a subordinate to this new macaw leader who has this powerful artifact.
He's such a dirty bastard.
Because he wants it for himself, but yeah,
Of
that's
course
right.
he does. Such a dirty bastard.
Okay. Boy, howdy. And that brings it to me with Rend. I guess I need to roll a dice, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it's a 1.
Tech. Found, destroy, steal the technology.
Uh-oh. Your death laser is fucked.
That's a nice death ray over there.
Rend, for looking like a horrible creature from, D&D tropes, is not quite as horrible as its facsimile might be. It does not approve of the death ray. It does not approve of the technology behind the death ray. Rend is going to destroy the death ray. Or at least, not the death ray itself. The thing is constructed, but the knowledge of how to operate it, Rend is going to turn all of its focus and agents to eliminate.
It's been a lot of cool auto death.
Just gotta get that trench run ready, dude.
Yeah.
Blast the swamp rats all day.
All right, John, roll 1d12. Uh-oh.
That's
Someone's gonna die.
Who's dead?
Who's next
All
up?
right. A chroma.
Oh.
Isn't she the original dragon god?
no, that's Rend.
That's Ren.
Chroma-
Chroma's a lizard folk
It's the original leader of the lizard folk who is
who's
trying
about
to
to get smoked.
who created the acid people, the acid assassins.
Who's rightfully going to get
So-
smoked by Weave.
Didn't
let's
she?
be honest.
Weren't they originally
be
aligned with Rend?
Yes. Yeah, no, Akroma is.
Achroma still is.
Chroma's one of the 8.
No.
No, Akroma
No.
formed the 8.
Formed the 8. Okay.
With Rend.
With Ren's power.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, clearly we could say that somewhere along the way, the Weave is successful after gathering all this energy.
Does a chroma die to
Or-
the weave, or does a chroma die assisting Rend in exterminating knowledge of the Death Ray?
Or do the 7 who are left see what he did to Weave's family
Ooh.
and murder his ass for it?
Dude, he gets straight up Caesared.
Bro, I could totally see it happen.
It Brutus? Yeah, straight up.
Resolution phase.
Yeah, that's what we were
This is the
going with.
easiest. This is the easiest round I ever had. All I had to do was roll.
Yeah,
It was
you're
like,
done.
oh, he's dead.
Roll, he's dead.
Cool.
Yeah, he's totally getting murked by the 7, dude. That's the perfect way for him to die.
Corinth. The
What
weave.
do I have? Weave. Well, clearly he's going to lead it. Oh. He doesn't really have an army. You know what?
He can form an army.
He is going to form an army with the sentient ooze.
Yes.
That's what he's going to do. Because now they recognize that he is bonded. So he's going to start working on like some kind of symbiotic relationship between some lizard folk and the ooze.
That's perfect. He just forms an army of lizard folk that are covered in oozes.
Yeah. Because they're immune to acid already.
Okay. That brings us back to Pookie with Magnatrix.
Oh, Jesus. Don't you dare roll an 11.
Wait, I thought he wasn't getting around. Is he getting around now?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no,
we
he's-
said Magnatrix is not getting round. Sorry, that
That's right.
means you are in control of Star Master.
This round, Magnatrix has eaten something.
yeah.
No, I have an idea
Uh,
for him during the resolution phase, actually. For Mag-
Star Master is the Metal Macaw.
Yep. Who has created, find, still, or recover a wonder.
Star Masters are going to attempt to assassinate Ezra's, the Slad Macaw.
I think 4 was they're going to create, find, or steal, or recover a wonder.
Yeah,
is that
you
what I rolled?
got
Oh,
Wonder.
whoops.
You got Wonder. Yep. I mean, that would have been really interesting though. But
Didn't they just look
Wait,
at the
4 is
center
Wonder.
of
Okay,
the?
sorry.
You're good.
Didn't he just? Didn't the race just look at the
I've been
center
thinking
of the
about this one for
crater?
rounds, and I finally rolled it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see this island up here? He discovers
which island?
right here
The one,
Okay.
the one to the
Uh-huh.
west.
of the Morphin people.
I see
He
it.
he
I see.
discovers a downed alien spacecraft with these dead aliens that have all of these skulls and spines of other races on this ship. And there could be evidence that one of them is here or a group of them has survived the crash.
He found a predator ship, didn't he?
They found a predator ship.
Did they ever find what was in the middle of the deepest part of the crater from the other planet thingy?
Yeah, he made an army of constructs out of it. Construct metal people.
And that comes back to me with the Lachey avatar.
Who's pissed.
Who has a personal calamity.
Oh,
Can't imagine what
well,
it is.
I guess
The death ray.
I guess she got injured in the attack.
Lost most of her folk. Yeah. Welcome to the plane, Death Ray. What the hell?
I came here to bring order, but now I just want to kill everything.
I think the searing energies of the death ray disconnected Arion from the celestial quartz, the thing that literally gave her initial concept of power. But after the disconnection, she realizes that she still has power without the connection to the quartz. And she's trying to make sense of that.
Any more avatars, or is that it?
That is our list of avatars.
John's like, thank God.
Can John take a role for the one that's going to be created during the resolution that the other guy was trying to form alliance with? They got a 5, so what is that?
That's explore, find a natural wonder, find ancient ruin, or find a legendary dungeon.
Are you talking about the macabre purebloods?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying they're going to be super isolationist, especially to the infected people. I don't even know if he'd want to deal with them. So does he come to deal with them in some kind of hidden fashion where he doesn't show his hand as to who he is and all that?
Yeah, because your guy's using the crystal, he kind of reaches out to the crystal. So it's related to chaos magic from the eye, just like the heart was.
Yeah.
He kind of contacts him through that.
And to get him to do what, though?
To make an alliance, because he believes that your guy, well, we haven't made a name for him yet, should be the rightful ruler of this planet. Like the macaws were here first, and he's the most pure of all. So,
well, he might do an
eye.
alliance just to as an assured way of defense. I doubt he would let those people mingle with his people in the country.
Yeah, no, there's probably not.
You think what I mean? Like, because they're diseased.
That death rate scared the shit out of a lot of people.
Yeah, the top half of the world, especially these people wouldn't even know about it except for the fact that they have divination.
Yeah, no, the
why is the sky going? Holy shit! That's a big ray.
Everyone knows about it because it created a giant cloud of fucking dust over the entire northern hemisphere.
Well, no, what I mean though, is say the anamorphic animals, right? They might have just seen a beam of light off in the distance. Like, what the fuck was that? Next thing you know, the sky is dark.
No, they know. They're close to it. They saw where it hit.
Yeah. It wasn't like just a little beam. It was like a beam probably multiple hexes wide.
Yeah, I was just assuming that the beam lasted like a split second, like a nuke almost, where it's just boom, boom, done.
No, I think it created a giant explosion. It's just Steve said it created a giant earthquake.
And shot ash and everything up in the sky.
How do you feel about the new avatar being named Zykiz the All-Seeing?
I like it.
It's hot.
Cool beans.
So he accepts the alliance, essentially?
Yeah. There's no reason to ever say no to alliances. You can always break them if you don't want to follow them.
All right, resolution.
What did Zykiz do?
Yeah, because he had to find a natural wonder or something like that. Or find a natural wonder.
Find a ruin,
find an ancient ruin, or
find
find a
legendary dungeon.
How about we say find an ancient ruin from a pre-people? Wait, no, we can't do that. This is the pre-people.
Yes, you can.
Actually, you can.
No, you can.
How about an ancient ruin that was thrown out of Temporis? When these temporal time people moved through.
When the Chronics showed up?
Yeah. And so it's at the top of the salt, like all that salt that's actually there is
an ancient Chronic city is on top of this salt.
Yeah, maybe. I would like to say that the salt wasn't always there. That's what the salt came in with it. The land came in with it right there. As far as
what if we make it a giant clock, a giant timepiece? Maybe a sundial in the salt. No?
Maybe.
Like a sun.
Well, I was thinking like ruins. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of things.
Sundial that's that can be its own maze in the inside, like a huge sundial.
It's huge. It's not like a little sundial. It's a massive construct.
It's a wristwatch in the middle of the desert.
I mean, it's like I said, it was one of their cities. I don't see why they wouldn't do a sundial.
Yeah.
So it looks like a city, but when you look at it from space, it's a giant sundial or a giant clock, and it moves.
Yeah.
Or used to move.
If it was working. Broken. Yeah. It's out of time. Out of time.
It's a good idea. What's the city going to be called, John? You got to name the city.
Out of time.
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Well, it's an unpopulated, abandoned city in the desert that's like a ghost town, right?
We can go back and name it later. Like maybe
What
when
about,
someone
like-
discovers it and like goes through the rooms, they'll discover a name for it.
Yeah.
What about like Modulus?
Dude, Modulus sounds hot. I like
Yeah,
Modulus.
Modulus.
So what's the next resolution?
Now we're
Resolution.
doing resolutions for all this shitcapade.
Temtraxis. That sounds. There's an artifact. Yeah, that is a good point from T'Challa Unbound. There's an artifact set the heart, the eye, resonance. So, keep making artifacts in that kind of vein almost.
He keeps talking. He's going to end up being our fifth wheel on this shit. I'm just saying. Don't think we won't fucking feed his ass into this too.
Temtraxis. I like it.
He'd be like a guest speaker.
Do we have enough time to get through the resolution?
Ooh. Our resolutions seem to take a while, honestly.
Yeah. We go through and discuss pretty much each race's impact that last bit.
I mean, you're not wrong, but will you be able to hold all this information in your head until next time?
I just don't know how long you want to do the live stream. Like, I don't know how long we want to make this thing.
It's more a matter of how awake you guys are.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good to go.
Then
Only
I'd
working
say
tomorrow, but
we're
take some time
going.
off.
I wish I could take some time off. No, I don't. Okay.
Just damn
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's why I said no. I don't. Yeah. Shut up. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna hammer our way through this resolution, and then we'll say our good nights and all that wonderful jazz.
Yep.
Okay.
So, looking at the world today.
We gotta start with the death ray.
I think definitely the death ray is the.
I don't know, do you really think that it affected that much this time around? I don't know.
So I think the first
It was minor at most.
the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the abominations. Seeing the power of the death ray, they're gonna harness this thunder power to create like a giant shield around this
Yeah.
already protected city.
Because they're terrified of that
Oh,
shit.
the anthros.
The Anthros are gonna create a giant, sound shield around their cities so they can't be hit.
Wait,
Hopefully
are
they
you
can't
saying
be
it's
hit
like
by the
a
death ray.
Care Bear
Care Bear stare?
stare?
Possibly. More like a Scare Bear stare. Oh!
Like a sonic force field is what he's been.
Yeah, like a sonic force field.
Yeah, but
Fucking Care Bear
they
stare.
generate it from little devices they have installed
They
in their
don't-
tummies.
Yes, and they touch them and it creates a giant
Yeah,
force field.
and it creates a
We
large
do
force
not
field.
do any of this shit. I'm
Um,
vetoing the goddamn Care Bears.
We actually already did a lot of resolution stuff. Actually, the event that I did kind of had resolutions from everybody, but because Salmon are done, Lachey, I had an idea, Steve, where you said that she discovered she had another power. The reason
She still has her power, even though she's
Yeah.
disconnected.
Maybe she's stepping into the dragons.
the reason she has that power is because the Chronics saw what the Quaddle did, and they reversed time. So they didn't. She never actually lost her power to the Weave. They prevented that from happening. So she still has her power because she still has her power, because of them. But I have an idea for what she does with that power. I want her to sacrifice herself to destroy this army of Quaddle that are coming down to finish off her people after the Death Ray. You guys good with that?
I like it.
So Chronics do something good. They save the Lachey by helping her, basically.
And then she does some major fuckery of fey magic.
That's her
to,
personal
like-
calamity. She
I'm
dies.
thinking that
Killing, saving her people.
she could still be alive, but I'm thinking maybe she sucks them all into the Fey with her, like the actual Fey Wild, and she goes along with them. Like she has to close the gate after. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the thing I wanted Mechadrus to do was I want his ass to go into this vortex and see what's in it.
That'd be a very dude bro thing to do. I'm big enough now. I can just go straight in the vortex. Fuck it. Yeah.
Do it. Which maybe explains why he didn't like eat any ships or islands or people.
Maybe. There's no like Cthulhu tentacles coming out and like just slapping cities in half and shit. Yeah.
How did the Lachey feel losing their avatar and a mass majority of the people that came through with them?
I don't know, man. Vengeful.
Yeah.
Over what? They didn't even do anything. They were just like
They did nothing.
The forest.
They existed.
Yeah.
They existed. You thought
And
the
I will-
Nazis? You
And I
thought
will
the
say
Nazis
this,
were bad?
probably, realistically, I could see the Kuatos kicking Malthius out for that. Like,
I think that they
I can
would
see
be
both
a
these
harsher
being
judgment
exiled
than that.
with the rest of his group.
For his decision to use the ray?
I think it might even be
Absolutely.
like if they only exile
Because,
him.
like, if he had blasted like the corrupted Meka, that would be one thing. Because
Yeah.
but he literally just obliterated a race who just showed up with existing.
We forgot an avatar.
Uh-oh.
Malthius.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah. I guess you want me to roll for him real quick?
Well, he was pretty
Yeah.
busy anyway.
Yeah, I'll roll for him real fast. Six. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah,
One-
I was gonna say if the Quaddle decide not to kill Malpheus, then they won't kill anybody for any crime ever.
Well, my thinking behind them blasting the Lachey was because the last round they watched the Slod just like fuck, or 2 rounds ago they watched the Slod just fuck everything up, and then when this other chaotic race kind of appeared
Yeah,
here,
they're like, no more.
they did. Yeah, he didn't want to take any chances, so before they could have a base of power, he just fucking blasted them.
Yeah, he was
Well-
acting as the greater good, but I mean, in judgment, the society itself should look at that and say, okay,
Look down
well,
upon it for sure.
well,
yeah.
not
Also,
only
he gets kicked out.
Not only like, well, I was thinking if they kick him out, then they also would have to do something like their society isn't allowed to step in to do things at all. Now they're just watchers because the
So
time
Well,
they
that's what
chose
they
to
were,
come
they
in.
were before, right? They were
Yeah.
just watchers
Well, they were
and judges.
debating. They were debating should we do something, and then this guy goes and blows
Well,
stuff up, and now they're like, you know what? I
I
guess this is what we don't
I
do
don't think
that.
he should be killed. I think he should be exiled, and they should change his name to like the Executioner because that's what he did. Like instead of being a judge,
Malthy is the executioner.
yeah, he became an executioner. So that's what he is.
That's
now,
dope.
That's what he's known as.
So
That's super dope.
That's good, no.
he hindered it. He
Breathe for a
hindered.
second.
So what did he do? He hindered an avatar, but he hindered the Lachey avatar clearly. Like that's why
Wait,
she ended up leading the play.
wait. You guys just said he's the executioner.
Mhm.
He has one avatar very specifically that he feels has escaped his judgment. If he's
Oh,
the
he's in the-
executioner,
He
he
follows.
should kill Ezra.
Ezra's.
He helps the assassination attempt by Star Master to kill Ezra's. That's like his final
There
act
you
before
go.
they exile him. Yes. So he fully steps across the line and does step into lawful evil. Like he fully
Oh, yeah.
steps over.
He's the worst kind of lawful evil because he still thinks he's doing good.
Still completely thinks he's doing good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In
like
his mind, he's like, whatever it takes to kill these people.
so Ezra's does get killed.
I'm okay with that.
So you're
Spotted.
so you're saying they went to the pureblood macaw and he was like, "Oh, we should have an alliance." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, I guess we could reach
And he
out
gets murdered.
for the first time, since all this
here's-
bad stuff happened. We'll reach out to another society." And they're like, "Wait, what do you mean the guy we just talked to got murdered?" Okay, fuck
Well,
this.
here's-
All y'all people
here's-
leave us alone.
Here's what we do, right? It doesn't have to end with him dying, because John's brought up a valid point. Does the All-Seeing help his new ally escape death?
Possibly.
But
We don't
allow
know.
allow
That's-
everyone to believe it's resolution. So
Oh yeah, no, we're there now. Sorry.
yeah, does he help his ally
How about-
escape death, but allow the world to believe that he's
I don't
good?
know. To
How-
me, if he's really the all-seeing, he's going to see the corruption in Ezra's. Like he's going to see.
That's
that
why, yeah.
Ezra's,
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't see that far into the future though.
Yeah, he
I don't
might
know.
not.
What I was thinking is, what if he let Ezra's know of the powerful artifact from the
Ezra.
not dragon tears but dragon tears.
Well, like I said, he did have an avatar action. His avatar action was I rolled for kill an avatar. So I mean, Ezra's makes sense.
What are you gonna say, Steve?
Ezra's, is the avatar or the person who became an avatar by literally creating a corrupted ritual.
Yeah.
Ezra's
Isn't it
gets
the first
killed.
lich?
No. Ezra's does get killed. He gets murked. But his phylactery
Is a big thing, huh?
is Magnatrix. So right now,
No, Steve,
Ezra's is dead.
Steve, let me build on that real quick. His phylactery is the all-seeing eye.
High five.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right? So he's Vecna now, essentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
Okay.
So
I need
he
to write that
manipulated the entire situation into him finding the artifact to begin with. That's hot.
And of course, Malthias is thinking that he completed his mission.
Yep. So he willfully goes into exile. He's not dead. He's just in exile. So he still gets avatar actions. He's just not part of the Quaddle anymore.
Yeah. And you know what? He'll probably give birth to he'll probably from them will come like the Nagas or something like that.
So
You
fucking
know,
badass, dude. Yet no, he creates an order of like absolute law. Like
So the all-seeing eye, though, I was gonna
The
say is
eternal judges
he'll
or
be
something.
using that to then relay more information to Ezra's about the other artifacts.
well, Ezra's
in the
will use
world.
the eye now to relay information to his new avatar. I'm saying that in air quotes that he's going to try to use to continue to manipulate the world, even though he's technically dead.
Well, all I was gonna say is that the eye is still in the ownership of whatever that pureblood macaw is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
That's who is basically his henchman who doesn't realize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
set him up.
Yeah.
So he's Sauron technically then, not Vecna.
Yeah, he's Sauron. Jeez.
Sauron. Sorry, Steve. I didn't want. The idea popped in my head, dude, when you were saying.
No, you're good.
Phylactery.
It's solid. You know what? I mean, I thought it'd be cool because he had the tie-ins, but it makes him all the more of a devious fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's.
No, I was saying
I mean,
that he could begin collecting all the other
we-
dragon-based artifacts in the world and trying to collect them
Maybe.
into one.
I just think it's so funny that John made. Who made the macaw man? Was it John?
yeah.
Did you make them? Who made them?
Or no, I think
Whoever made the
Yeah.
bird people
Yeah.
had no
I did.
idea that by the second age the bird people would have three prominent like weird characters
Yeah.
that are like controlling the world.
first age.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
age of the
you're so
macaw
first age.
people.
First age. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
It is the age of the macaw.
This is the dawning of the age of the
Hey guys,
Okay.
guys, the
you know what's
the
like, though?
Salmen made
It's
a
like-
big splash, but the
Dude,
macaw.
it's like
Oh.
it's like Dark Crystal. Remember in Dark Crystal how like all the bird people like rule the crystals?
Yeah.
It's like fucking Dark Crystal.
yeah,
all the macaws.
Okay.
they're all mangled.
So
Mingled.
we've touched on that. The death ray also kicked this negative energy dust into the air.
Yeah.
And we said the weave was being empowered by the dust. Now, the weave is already a stage 2 ascension. Does this
think
give it?
it's stage 3. I think you're at full deity status, like demigod deity status.
But
I don't think
what-
he's a
what
god.
is-
I don't think he's a god though. I think
Yeah,
it's more like a hero or like what were they called in first edition? Not champions. The thing you do before you become a god, like where you have to like move a mountain with your mind and all that fucking bullshit.
Okay.
He's that. Like he's at that level. He's like right below actually becoming a god.
He's
He just has to do,
Hercules,
like, one more
or
thing.
he's like
And now he
Hercules.
has an army of sentient oozes at his beck and call, and lizard folk, because some of the lizard folk left. Like the 7 left, and probably went to go join him.
We don't know yet, right? They have to kill a Chrome during this resolution phase.
Yeah.
That's one thing that has to happen. We have to figure that out.
All right, so
We also have to figure out the death ray being dismantled, Steve, from Ren wanting to stop being used again.
we'll touch on that in
Blah,
a
blah,
second.
blah.
But do you guys think the sentient oozes would begin to worship the weave?
Absolutely. Like this is to me, I can see like this is like the next evolved form for them. They're like, well, maybe we're not supposed to be dragons. Maybe this is what we're meant to be, is to be like symbiotic with another creature.
Hey D, what if what if that moves them away? See, what I'm thinking is they don't think of him as a god,
Divine rank
but more
1?
as a higher form of evolution.
Yeah.
So maybe they start to step away from worshiping him and like more like wanting to become and more respecting him. Do you see what I'm saying?
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Like-
Just as
like
a
in-
leader.
like an alpha version of what they can become.
Yeah.
So, do you see what I mean? They don't think he's a god. They
Portfolio?
think he's like better, because he made
John?
himself essentially.
Yeah, I see what you guys are saying there.
I think John looks like he needs a pillow or something.
Okay, John.
No, I'm okay. No, I was looking at the Twitch stuff, and I got more from T'Challa Unbound.
Okay.
Like,
Like, I'm thinking-
So, go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe they view him more like an alpha, so they could start to follow him just based on that. Like, they don't even-
seeing
But they're not gonna worship
his-
him.
They're seeing his path of
It's not even ascension to them. It's like I'm thinking maybe like
evolution.
evolution, like them
Evolution.
evolution.
Yeah.
Which is what the original the ooze Kuzis was all about, not worshiping the dragon but becoming the
them,
dragon
right?
through
Like-
evolution.
And I
Yeah.
can see like the lizard folk as they have children, some of the ooze that there was on them splits off, like reproduces asexually, and now bonds with that child and grows up with that child.
so like,
Yeah.
an entire society might then start valuing which ooze, what ooze.
Or
Yeah.
or they could be completely symbiotic. Like they could have a truly symbiotic society where they depend on each other for survival.
Yeah.
They're treated as
Yeah.
equal.
Now maybe if the oozes outlive the lizard folk, which is fine, maybe it's like a right of honor to have like your great grandfather.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Like, you have this
Dude, like passing down
cultural
a
thing.
katana.
Yeah, you have like this
Passing down a
cultural
katana.
association.
And I can see like something about like
lizard
the
folk
memories.
already
like,
have a very samurai-like thought process behind
Yeah.
them.
It's very
And
good.
I can see almost like sharing of memories, like it's you inherit the memories of your grandfather, your great grandfather, or something like that. It would almost be kind of like Aboleth like, but not quite. you
Like you could die, right? And that's
God,
okay,
one of those-
But
yeah,
if
the
you
show from
if
Star
you
Trek.
live and your acid ooze dies, then it's a great dishonor.
know?
Yeah, it's a super. You have to commit seppuku immediately.
If
Yeah.
your ooze dies, you better die. Like
Yeah.
And you'd want to die because it's like losing your dog and your best friend
Yeah.
all rolled into like one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
like
Okay, so do you guys want to touch on the Order of 8 and a Chroma, or do you guys want
yeah,
to touch
dude.
on the dismantling of the Death Ray first?
Let's do a
Let's
chrome
just do the chroma.
Okay.
because I think they kill him in front of the temple, and they make like a big show of it when they do it.
Oh, it's totally a Caesar thing. It's totally a Caesar thing. Like, you know, they lead you to believe that they're ready to go after the weave and do all this, and then they're just like negative, and they all shake them at like one time. And it's a very grand
Ooh,
spectacle.
and
And from that,
and
the
to-
7 now become the leaders of the lizard folk.
and to make sure that they had the power to kill him, they had commissioned 7 blades that were of some note, maybe from one of these dragon artifacts around the way, or from Blue Steel, or something. They like some
Dragon Bone.
dragon bone, some specialty weapons that were for this ceremonial act of assassination.
They figured out how to transfer the power they had left into the blades so that Rin wouldn't have access to it anymore. So they
now we
kill
have
a
7
So-
chroma.
blades.
they
7
kill a
enchanted
chroma.
blades.
So even if
kill
they
a chroma and
fail,
make 7 artifacts.
even if they fail, they can't. It won't all be back in one person again.
Yeah, it won't
and
ever.
basically, as you continue the order, like you get up to the rank, you're given one of the 7 blades. So there's always 7 leaders, but now it's like the blades are like the sign of like your leadership.
And
Yeah, I like that.
I have an idea too for later in the story. I thought could be neat. Although it's one of those things I
Could you imagine,
fetishize.
Dude, John, so they create the blades by hacking off their own.
I was
sword
about to say
hands,
yeah, and
and they make the blade out of the bone, dude.
well, what I was going to say was, and what happens upon their death? I was going to say their sentience transfers to the blade.
I like that too.
That
they
way-
chop off their own arm
Yeah,
to make the sword.
and then that
So when they kill them, they all kill them with their left arms.
in one big circle.
One big circle, dude. So if he just stood on their weak side, he would have been okay. But he went towards the strong side, and that was a problem. He got fucking murked.
Okay.
But those are like powerful artifacts that like someone might find like one of like thousands.
Now
of
there's
these, like,
only 7
Yeah.
of them though, not 8.
7.
there's only 7.
So
that
Rin
means
still
that
has
there's
whatever
still
power.
one- yeah,
No,
so
Ren.
is
She has one
Rand
power.
is
She has,
holding that one power.
yeah, that
okay.
one power.
Which
So they-
power we don't know, but we'll work for that later.
So they assume they fucked over Rin too, by putting the power into an item that she couldn't get unless she collected the swords.
Yeah.
But, you know,
That's
little do they know, she's
interesting.
just allowing them to do what they want to do. Just take it back at any time.
Well, it's funny because they're doing exactly what she was doing in order to, in a way,
Exactly.
in order to keep the
They did
power
it for her.
distributed. Yeah. So
Death Ray. How does Rend deprive the Coatl of the knowledge of how to use the Death Ray?
So she
two
and a
things.
ragtag group of, okay, I'm saying
Yeah.
they break in and they steal the plans.
My thought was, honestly, they destroy her, they damage it enough. But Malthius is the only one who actually has knowledge of the actual how to make it. And when he's exiled, he takes that knowledge with him.
I was thinking that I like the idea of Malpheus taking the information. That way they can never create another one.
Yeah.
So if they want to, they have to find him.
Yeah.
But what if Rend, is the one who set up the Achroma death to appease Weave, to convince Weave to go destroy that Death Ray?
Nice.
Because he never necessarily had a problem with her. He did. She took the power away, but he doesn't. She didn't have his family killed or his people
Yeah.
killed.
It was
Chroma
Chroma.
did. So to appease him, she kills her number one acolyte, her most trusted right hand, and in exchange, he destroys the ray, because he sees the power of it too. He thinks it could feasibly kill him. It blew up an entire forest. He gets shot with it. He could die.
So the acidic oozes assault the Death Ray.
Yep. The sacred is the weave assault the death ray and destroy it, melt it into nothingness.
Yep. I like it.
Take that up your ventilation duct.
Why build it with any weakness at all? Because we need it for the third act.
That's right.
God damn it.
I like how they Deus Machina that shit and be like, oh, that's because the original architect didn't want it built. So he put a bullshit failsafe
So
in.
yeah, instead of creating a good failsafe that would be easy to access, he creates one that's terrible and hard to access. That's how you do it, dude.
I liked what Clerks did with they had a special like little thing where they were talking about they were in the car together driving and talking about the workers in the Death Star that got blown up with the contractors and their families.
They were in a car. They're in the actual store when they're talking.
Were they in the store when they're talking about it?
Yeah, because a guy comes in and goes, "I'm a contractor."
Yeah.
If you do that kind of job, it wasn't
you,
a union job.
You knew what you were doing. I had a cousin that did it. He was working for a mob boss, and they came by and shot him up. But
exactly.
he knew what he was getting into.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, you better use the union.
Yeah, I just liked it. It was funny because they were making a moral conversation. Like, all those innocent people that died in the Death Star, they're contractors. Their families had to be brought there because they were probably there for years.
And did you know what JJ did with that whole thing? He put it in Force Awakens. Because when they go to the
How
new Death,
does the negative energy dust affect the lizard folk?
it doesn't affect anything well in the entire place. It's covered.
Honestly, I would think they would actually probably hurt and kill off a lot of them.
They begin to shrink evolutionarily to help survival, and so they turn into kobolds.
Kobolds.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would see a lot of them going towards the ooze and actually falling with that to survive that necrotic.
Yeah, it helps force the symbiotic relationship quicker.
What if
Yeah.
what if it mutates their reflective nature and turns their reflective nature into an absorption? Since it's negative energy. Go with me here, because I didn't want to make it a croc. I wanted to make it actual negative energy.
Negative
like,
energy. Yeah.
like a black hole.
Yeah.
So the ones that survive are changed by it forever. So instead of reflecting spells or magic or whatever we make it, they absorb it.
Oh, nice. Almost like a spell eater.
Yeah, like a black hole. What do you think? Yeah, no. I think it probably
like
kills.
that.
I think it kills a good portion of them. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
maybe half,
Yeah.
up to half.
Another race that is heavily affected by the dust would be the Chronics and the Lachey. How does it affect them?
I think the Kronks might be okay because they saved Luche with their magic.
Yeah.
They could
I
save
think they use
themselves.
some kind of time manipulation to where it doesn't even affect them. They basically speed it up around them so it doesn't affect them for as long. and it just basically bypasses them.
Lachey are probably screwed. They're going to lose even more
Yeah,
people than they
they
already
had a
have.
bad day. The Lachey should have never have entered this world ever.
You think
No
Lachey
good
would
deed.
become more like the what are the elves that are on the shadow
The
plane?
Shidarke?
The Shadow Car?
Yeah, what do you think that they might become more corrupted by this?
I can
and
see
become
too.
more
I
like
can
the
see
Shadow
like
Kai?
I can see a sub race forming because some of them will be fine, but some of them won't. I don't like the idea of a sub race. And honestly, some of them could go underground and become what becomes a drow. Like that's how they escape is going underground.
Elven Grimlocks.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically what drow are. But yeah, if you think about
So
it.
I'm gonna add the Shadow Kai to our list of races here. This first stage got
Trill.
kinda heavy in races a little bit, huh?
Trill from Star Trek.
Okay.
That's okay. We got one more turn before this shit goes real south.
Oh yeah, before everything blows up, because it's not blowing up already.
Well, it's fun though because most of the races apparently are already like protected against the catastrophe that's about to come. So we'll probably have a lot of survivors. Like
I
the
seriously doubt it.
the anamorphic people, they're like, well, we got a force field shield plus big walls and we're good. And then like the Lachey, well, half of them went down below the sea or below the earth, and the same with the Salmon. They headed to better places.
You say that until it's like a rain of like rust monsters or something like that overtakes the realm.
One third of the planet breaks off. Okay, now orbits around the rest of the planet.
Just a judgment.
That'd be kind of cool if there was like some ethereal tie between a
What
chunk of the
happens from
planet
the-
that breaks off from the planet.
What happens from the Gojira going into the portal vortex?
Yeah, that's
I think we should figure that out. I think that's something that we should put a timer on, and we should be like, in this many rounds, we come back to what happens. You know what I mean? Like, hey, surprise! What has it been calm for 2 rounds? Well, what do you know?
Right now, Magnatrix is just AWOL. We don't know what AWOL means.
I'm good with that. I like that idea a lot because there's something we don't know what's at the bottom of that vortex. I mean, it's going to find out, but we don't know. That's half the fun of this game is you don't have to know everything.
It's
You have to flesh out later.
it's the vortex from our test world.
He ends up with their planet IR. Whoops.
Comes back with all
Dude,
the
you know what? That's funny, John, but we could actually do that. Like, legitimately.
Absolutely could.
That'd be crazy.
All right, so I mean, we wrapped everything up in a nice, pretty bow.
That's right.
Death Ray.
Thank you,
Alright,
viewers,
so-
for coming by and participating in the chat stuff. We appreciate it. We're gonna try to get to where
Remember to
everybody
like and
can be
subscribe.
super participant in it. What's up?
I said, remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Viewers like you.
You guys are the ones that make this possible.
We hope y'all are enjoying it, honestly. Like, we're having a blast, and I hope that's coming through.
Next week we're gonna pick up with talking about what the final race of the rounds is gonna be. We have no idea. We haven't even started to talk about it. We're not going to. We'll save that for the beginning of our next go around. And realistically, we should get through that round, so we're going to knock it out of the park by ending the 5th round of the first stage with a catastrophe, a devastation level event. Because apparently a death ray is not devastating enough for us.
There were survivors.
You watch. We're gonna roll like the lamest stuff on the catastrophe. So much that's worth what's already happened. There's
No,
the magic
watch it. It's
storm.
gonna be like the testing when we rolled stuff that we'd already talked about in the resolution anyway. So it's gonna be like the sky's blotted out. Okay, well we already knew that. So
Did that 2 rounds ago. What else you got?
What else you got, bitches?
Okay, so I don't know what is next Monday. What day is that? That is the 20th?
21st.
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 We'll be back on the 21st.
Back on the 21st. Like I said, we're going into age 5. You get a new race and
Age
another
2?
dive into our
Round
sickly
5?
creative mind.
We will see if we actually crack into H2. We'll go for it. But come
I don't know if we're gonna get there.
celebrate your winter solstice with some bull critters. That's what I'm thinking.
There you go. Yep. Come join us out here. We're the Bull Critters Corner working on Project Epoch. This has been Bull Critter Steve and the rest of the crew, who are more than welcome to say their own names.
My name's John.
No, it's BCC John.
BCC John.
Or BC John, sorry. There's no you're not a corner John.
That's
I
right.
should never have called you a corner.
Nobody puts John in the corner. Except for
Oh,
John, I
Lord.
guess. I don't know.
I mean,
We appreciate y'all coming in and checking out on us. So we're having a lot of fun doing this, and we hope y'all are enjoying it as well.
all right.
That's all
We're
I
out.
got.
Bye,
Us
guys.
up on Facebook and Twitter, the Bull Critters Corner.
I love-
We don't post much, but we're trying to get better. at it.
T'Challa Unbound says, I love you guys.
Fantastic. We love you too, buddy.
Thank you so much for